Yes, it's the end of the world as we know it, Doomsters, and I feel fine. Welcome to Music for the End of the World. Once again here on 93.7 Edge FM in the lovely Bega Valley. I am Chris, as usual, and Cass isn't here tonight. Instead, I have a very special guest, Lisa. Hello,
Hi, Chris.
Lisa. Welcome. And the reason Lisa's on is, well, she's a very nice person, that's one thing. But also, you have taken the red pill, as you said, Lisa.
Yes, someone popped the red pill in my mouth.
Yep.
And I swallowed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
So I think probably things began to unravel for me during the bushfires.
That's 2019,
2020.
2020.
So I was working as a journalist at the time. So I started
okay.
covering the Currawong fire. So it was like October or November in 2019.
Yep.
And I kept travelling up and down the coast and talking to people and visiting people and seeing what was happening up until February.
Okay.
And then, of course, COVID happened. So it was this kind of combination of...
It was like a piggyback thing, wasn't it? It was the
stuff.
fires and then COVID. Yeah.
And then I stopped drinking alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well done. Well done. I wish I could do that.
Well, I just decided to because it was all too much. You know,
Yeah.
it was all... I'm like, wait, I've got to sort out what's happening to me. So I probably had a little bit of PTSD or something.
Okay.
And once I did that and kind of got used to it and started functioning fully as myself, not masking and doing all that,
All right.
then that's when I felt like I'd kind of woken up in a new world.
And was there a particular article or a blog post or someone that you met who was talking to you or something which triggered your realization, or it was
No,
no?
it was all just an awakening
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
And feeling like I'd been possibly, like I've been a big party girl in my life and lived in various cities. And I think doing away with the alcohol and on top of craziness, watching the craziness
Yes.
of the planet,
Yes.
just left me quite raw. And it was pretty painful for a little while, but then there was some kind of blossoming it was almost like this self emerged that I hadn't known for a long time. It was like the real me or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds a bit crazy.
No,
Chris,
it doesn't sound crazy at all.
But I actually pulled out, I own the Matrix movies, and I actually pulled the Matrix out the other night just to watch the beginning again.
Yes.
And apart from thinking, wow, that it really is a very good film.
Yeah.
The action is so good in it.
And who doesn't love Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu, but the whole thing of us being living in illusion.
Yes.
And
A delusion.
So I thought, that's why I watched it again. I thought, yeah, no, definitely, because I had been telling people, I think I've taken the red pill. But then I thought, well, wait, I better check that that's correct. But it's the red pill.
Okay.
But yeah, just a definite like, oh my God,
Okay.
this is really the world I'm living in. And so everything shifted, what I do, what I spend my time doing,
Yes.
who I spend my time with.
Yes.
My time's very precious
Yes.
all of a sudden. I've got stuff to do. And
Yes.
I was gifted a job. Because I work here at the station.
Yes.
That was volunteer. So I had to go and get a paid gig. So I took this podcast gig that has once again changed my life. I possibly shouldn't have taken it, but I did. And it's been life-changing for me as well.
Oh.
So that is, I've been interviewing people who struggle with homelessness.
Okay. Around our area then? We're talking
in the
the
Bega
South
Valley,
Coast people?
Bega Valley.
Yep. Okay, in the Bega Valley.
Yeah. So actually talking to people about their experience,
Yes.
I mean, it's something I love to do anyway as a storyteller, but it just made me realise what was going on in our valley
Yep.
that we weren't paying attention to because of all those things that we're supposed to have.
Yes.
We have to have and do and be and wear and be seen and fly around the planet and all of that
The
stuff.
regular paraphernalia of our neoliberal capitalist system where it's all about economic growth and going out spending and consuming people.
All about being the consumer. So what's happened to me, I think I've become a citizen.
Okay.
And I try to be an active citizen. I don't even have to try. It's just happened. I'm very busy. I have purpose. I think awareness of what goes on underneath all of that. If you're really paying attention,
Yes.
as you talk about, you see what's really going on, and you see ways that you can actually help other people. And in my philosophy of life is helping each other means it doesn't mean you're giving something away, you're losing something.
No.
You actually get back as well, because that's how it works.
Yes.
It's circular, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. Because that's really interesting when you're saying you had the bushfires and then COVID came along, because my epiphany, and I've spoken about it many times on the show, was we were living in the Solomon Islands around that time, 2018 I think it was, or maybe 2019. Before we came back, we had to come back to Australia because we were ordered back because of the COVID outbreak, and they didn't want, my wife was working for DFAT at the time, so they didn't want people over there. So that's when we came back. But before we came back, I read that Catherine Ingram's essay on extinction, and that really crystallised all these things that I'd sort of been thinking a little bit about, but I hadn't really put the pieces together, what it all means. And her essay, which I've spoken about before, really crystallised everything in me. And I thought, yes, I took, like you say, the red pill. It was like suddenly my eyes were open. I understood the reality that we're living in. And I think before we were talking, before we came to the studio, that once you realise what the reality is, there's no turning back.
You can't
It's
unsee
like
it.
You cannot unsee it.
I'm not familiar with that essay. Catherine Ingram, is it? What's
Catherine
the basic
Ingram,
premise? Of
who's an American, who actually lives in Lennox Head.
Get out of town.
Yes, I know. I know. She lives in
Great.
Lennox Head. And she wrote this piece called Essay on Extinction. And it went through all the things like climate change, everything, the psychology, our cognitive dissonance, everything. It just went through everything. There's the last part of the essay you can actually still get online, and I read it a couple of weeks ago on the show, and it was entitled Love, because basically after saying what has happened to our world and our future, then she goes on, well, what does it mean? What should we do? What do you do, when you're facing extinction? And she entitled it Love, and that's why I want to talk to you tonight about, because people say to me all the time when I'm talking about these things to people, that they go, oh man, that's so depressing. Oh geez, how can you do that? Oh, why don't you just go and kill yourself? Like that sort of thing. But
no, it's exciting.
But you don't feel like that, do you?
Oh no,
Lisa?
I have moments of
you've
ecstasy.
Become motivated going out and you're talking to these homeless people. Like you are really
every day
alive.
is exciting. I get really excited, and I just notice. I don't know. I've always been a bit of a watcher and a bird lover, but everything is amazingly beautiful around me, and of course the Bega Valley. I mean, hello.
Yes.
So gorgeous. But yeah, I just feel like I think that happens perhaps when you're on the right path. You don't see the path anymore. You're just deep in it, and life is beautiful. And I feel a lot of love all the time.
Yes.
Even though
that's
it's all
what people
crazy
don't understand. People who are still who are still in that delusional state and believing everything that the media and society is telling them, and they don't. They go, "Oh man, how can you be you're such a doomer, man?" Like, but they don't understand that when you come to the realization, like you said, every moment, your time is so precious, and every decision you make is influenced from your realization of what's going on. So who you want to spend your time with. Like you say, your family and friends and stuff, and the things you want to do. You don't want to waste your time doing superfluous, bloody consumerist crap that our society puts on us all the time. That is true. People don't understand that. They think, oh, man, you're just a doomer. Oh, go in the corner and bloody, die away. That's the...
Yeah, I guess you can... I have moments
Of course.
like that when I see something that's really,
It is hard,
some
Lisa.
of the things humans do.
Yes.
It's very painful to watch and think, oh, that's us. We're actually really messing it up. But I think that I actually feel a bit weird talking about it, Chris, to be honest, because I don't talk about this stuff much.
I know.
So
That's why I have the show, Lisa. That is why I have this show.
But I think sometimes I think that we have a mass consciousness, and being positive and full of love in that feeds all of us. That sounds really woo-woo, but I believe it's important to persist in that, because you will seep into other people. And also love. It's not all about getting love.
No.
I get more by giving love, and
Yes.
love is just care for the people that that come into my path, who need something, and me, and I'm able to help on that little thing there. It might not be much,
Yes.
but and community, and this is moving to Bega has really. I've lived in lots of places in Australia, but coming here, it's like this is my place now, and I love being in the community. There's so many great people doing really great stuff, and none of it's like, none of it's worth headlines or anything.
Yeah.
It's just people looking after each other and the people in their community. And I've just all of a sudden
Being a good person,
feel
doing
how
the right
important
thing.
that
Yeah.
is. So being a citizen,
Yes.
an active citizen, and that involves a certain amount of speaking out as well. So that's my next part of the journey, is to do some advocacy.
Okay. Look, as you can see, people, we're got a very exciting night tonight, because it's not often that I get to talk to someone who recently has fairly recently come to the realisation of where we're at with the end of the world as we know it, and thank you so much for coming on, Lisa. And I know it is not easy talking about these things, and you spent many years getting my head around it. I still tear up and get depressed, but we will talk about that later, because now you also brought in some excellent music, Lisa. And I think you wanted to go with Joan Armour Trading first?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Why not? Joan with Down to Zero. Is that one of her first albums, Lisa?
Yeah. And so this must have been. Let me. I'm so old now. It's really crazy, actually. So I know exactly where I was when I first heard this track.
Do tell.
I was at a party in Mentone. I'm from Melbourne.
Okay.
And I had my girlfriend Kathy Waterman was a Catholic girl. I'm not, and she had all these big sisters and brothers, and we always went out with them, chaperoned to these crazy parties.
Yep.
And I was in this house in Mentone with all these Kilbreda girls and St Bede's boys, and this song came on, and I just gravitated straight over to the record player.
Okay.
And picked it up and looked at it and looked at the track and worked out, and that was it. I was in love with Joan from then on.
All right. Who doesn't love Joan? Well, here we go, peeps, with Down to Zero, Joan Armour Trading.
Oh, the feeling when you're for another one. Now you walk with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Brand new dandy, first class seat stealer. Walks through the crowd and takes your man, sends you rushing to the mirror. Brush your eyebrows and say, there's more beauty in you than anyone. I remember who walked the warm sand beside you. More to your heel, let the waves come rushing in. Shake the worry from your head, but then again, she put trouble in your heart instead. Then you fall down to the ground, down to the ground. You know how it is, still more crying when you're thinking of your mother's only son. Take to your bed, you say this peace and sleep, but you dream of love instead. All the heartache you'll find can bring more pain than a blistering sun. But oh, when you fall, oh, when you fall at my door. All the feeling when you're reeling, you step lightly thinking you're number one. Down to zero with a word, leaving for another one. Now you walk with your feet back on the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. Down to the ground, down to the ground. You know how it is, still more crying when you're thinking of your mother's only son. Take to your bed, you set this peace and sleep, but you dream of love instead. But oh, when you fall, oh, when you fall at my door.
There we go, peeps. Jane Armour Trading. You gotta love Jane.
Such a great song.
She is. She is, yeah. Is she still alive, Lisa? Jane Armour
Yes,
Trading?
yep.
Okay. All right. Terrific.
Oh, yeah,
What?
no, I'm sure she is. I'm sure I would know if she wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So while we were, while the song was playing, we were off air. We were just talking about our society and the sickness in our society. Really. Well, I was talking to Lisa about. She was saying it's hard sometimes talking about these things, and it is hard. And I was saying that we have spoken about the stages of grief on this show, and denial, and then disbelief, and all the ones leading up to acceptance. And it takes a while to wrap your head around the acceptance, because it's a human condition to always believe in hope. And when hope is taken away, when there is no hope, it's a really hard thing to come to terms with. And how I was saying to Lisa, the grief cycle is, I go down to the depression part many times. I go into anger sometimes. And that led on to us talking about our society and the super rich, the billionaires, and just what a sign it is of a society where we laud and hold up people who are billionaires as if that is an achievement for our society. It's weird thing,
isn't it?
Lisa.
It's very strange. I think they're quite damaged, actually, probably like have a severe addiction mixed in with a bit of narcissism and sociopathy.
Yes.
But, because I find it a bit disgusting, and I know a lot of people who do. So to be happily parading yourself around,
well, I mean,
like you're some famous hero, like
Yeah.
it's like you're just
Yeah.
a rich person.
and,
You're not
and
anything
because you're a rich
special.
person, suddenly you have the ear to the powerful leaders in society. Like, what gives you the right to have the ear to a prime minister or something? Just because you got $1 billion, man. You know, like.
You don't even have to have the ear. You can be the president.
That's right. Well, that's right.
You
Well,
don't-
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I
He's
know.
not even that rich.
I mean, but the thing is, of course, and people go, when I talk about this to people, we go, oh, you bloody commie man. Oh, you're just like, it's not
Commie.
communism.
Oh.
It's not communism. It's just, of course, people are different. That people are lucky. Some people are unlucky. Some people work harder. Some people don't work harder. Some people make the right choices. Some people don't. All these different things. And so, of course, the wealth of people varies. There are richer people and poorer people. But we're talking billionaires. That's 1,000 million, Lisa.
I can't even imagine.
I mean,
it.
that's like you wouldn't be able to spend that in your lifetime, in multiple lifetimes.
No, so why do you need it?
So why do we exactly?
Why do you need it again? I'm
do
not
we
sure.
hold those people up? You know, like what's wrong with 900 million instead of 1,000 million? You know, like what? Why can't we put a cap on it? Strange.
We are a bit strange.
Yeah, it is a strange.
But I try and not think about that stuff too much and just think about how beautiful life can be
Yes.
and how we could have heaven on earth. And that I think that at some point the system will correct itself and there will be a bit of a collapse.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
And a lot of people are already... there's a lot of people around the world who are already setting up new systems,
Okay.
planning for the post-capitalist
Okay.
collapse
Yeah.
or the collapse. So there's a lot of people. There's a couple of really great podcasts I'll tell you
Okay.
about.
Okay.
And to trusting in in that correction helps my kind of, feelings of being unsettled and worried. I guess that's kind of trust then.
Okay.
Trusting in the universe even.
Right. Okay.
Because it's bigger than us. We're not
oh yes.
we're not it. Like,
No.
So I think if there's a larger mind at work or, I don't freak out like I used to. I trust things will correct. Maybe not in my lifetime,
Well,
but the way it's going, maybe.
that's the thing, you see, because when I really like, I don't know whether you've listened to William Rees much, Professor Bill Rees, but he's a biologist, and he explains our situation very scientifically, and for me, very easy to understand. Maybe I've got a bit of a scientific brain, but it's a very logical thing to talk about because basically the problem is ecological overshoot, right? And that could happen to any species, and it's happening to the Homo sapiens at the moment. But biologists have tracked ecological overshoot on many different species. There's a very famous one in one of the islands in the Great Lakes there in Canada, I think, with deer or something, where there weren't any predators, and so they could multiply. They had heaps of food, and so they grew and grew and grew, and the herd got way bigger until there was no food because they ate everything. They ate the roots and stuff, and then they die out.
Just have to look at Easter Island and see what the humans did
Okay.
there. Well, what was
Because that is the natural conclusion of overshoot is you're going up like the hockey stick, the exponential function, and then bang, you go down.
So I have a scientific term for you.
Okay.
You probably know it. Conscious evolution.
Oh, no, I haven't heard that.
Well, I think there's quite a few people taking this on and consciously evolving, because really most people, well, we just talked about billionaires. A lot of humans function on a pretty base level, just our own pleasure, personal
Yes.
satisfaction,
Yeah.
me, very
Fairly
basic.
superficial, yeah.
Well, it's just basic. It's just who we are. But I believe we can evolve to a higher level, like consciously choose to do that. And that's what I think I've done. And that's why I don't have the despair, because I know there are other people doing that as well. But it's evolution.
Okay.
You can consciously evolve, therefore others can. Therefore you are, I think, a rising tide lifts all boats or whatever. I think that you're adding to, what is it, a mass consciousness that you're adding to?
Okay.
That's my, I know I'll probably regret this tomorrow, Chris.
Look, what you've
Secret beliefs.
you've let the
Not
secret out. You're a secret doomer now, Lisa.
Not
Eh?
a doomer. I believe we can evolve beyond.
But we are an animal. We are a biological hydrocarbon animal,
Yep.
which means we need certain things in place for us to survive. And those things that we need in place are all disappearing. So I don't really see how we can go on when those things disappear. We can't live outside our web of life. We are part of the web of life. And everything is going down the gurgler, Lisa. Insect apocalypse, spermageddon, ocean acidification.
Hang on, what's spermageddon?
Global fertility rates have been decreasing.
That's probably
quite
a
a
good thing
while.
though, Chris, isn't it?
It is a good thing, except, Lisa, it's not just Homo sapiens. It's many, many, many species, particularly mammals. And if it continues on the trajectory that, I forget what it is, my memory's shot. I had too much fun when I was younger. But
And what else? What
The-
are the other things you were listing?
no,
So
but
spermageddon.
if we continue on this trajectory of whatever year it is, it goes down like 2% or whatever it is. If that keeps on going, which so far it has, by 2050 there won't be any reproduction. So we're basically functionally extinct at the moment. If you look at
From 2050,
from 2050.
there'll be no more reproduction.
No, because the graph that we're on in terms of fertility, global fertility rates are going down. By 2050, they'll be to zero. Which
Right.
means there is no...
I've not heard of this before.
Yes.
Oh, it's something else to add to the list.
And they don't know why. Scientists don't know why. There are
Yep.
many, many theories, microplastics, forever chemicals, a whole bunch of shit like that. And you got to think, yeah, probably. But we don't know. But it's not just humans. It's many, many, many species. And you've heard of insect apocalypse, right? Okay. So there you go. And they are the bottom rung of the food chain. They are like your Jenga tower. You know your Jenga tower? The
Yep.
insects are right down the bottom.
Yeah.
You pull those ones out,
Yeah.
the Jenga tower falls down.
I look after my insects.
Yeah, so do we.
I grow things. I grow lots of things.
And we saw
that
some
they
butterflies the other
visit.
day too,
Yeah,
springtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice.
It is nice. Yeah, it is nice. I have like a family of wasps that I live with.
Okay.
All my spiders that I live with. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I take joy out of too, Lisa.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because we live, like you, we live out of town. We're surrounded by nature. And just before I came in today, I was looking at all the beautiful birds that were flying around my place. And they will all come down with our chickens and stuff. And the king parrots and the rosellas and the galahs. And we've got the black cockatoos and the pine trees. Oh,
I just
Lifts
want to
nice.
I want to come back to the spermageddon
Yes.
thing. I mean, we don't know what might happen in the future. There might be an
No.
event that shifts things in the
you
future.
never know. That's right.
So I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, that's not a. Well, I certainly wouldn't focus on that.
Oh, no, look.
I'm choosing not to, but I feel like that's something that could change. And I haven't heard of it before. I'm going to look.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to.
Look
I'm
it
going to
up.
investigate
Look
and
it up.
research a little
Yeah.
bit. But
no, look it up. It's a real thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, Doomsters, you are listening to 93.7 Edge FM here on Music for the End of the World, and I have the lovely Lisa, who is our station manager. Thank you so much, Lisa, for doing an unthankful job, really.
It's fine. It's good.
It's-
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
But these sorts of community organisations wouldn't exist without people like yourself, Lisa, who are willing to give up their time, make the effort to keep things going.
Yeah, well, I'm not the only one. There's
No,
a
I know
lot.
you're
Like
not the only
Frank
one.
was just
Yes,
on. Frank's an
exactly.
integral part of
That's
the.
right.
He's a big part of the
I know.
station.
Yeah.
And Fran and you and all the presenters come and do their thing. And
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
I
really
don't do
magical,
much,
isn't
but
it? Though,
It is.
being-
It is.
It's great. I think everyone should come.
And I
have a
encourage
radio
anyone.
show.
We've got slots if you want to be presented to have a show.
We'll make you a
There's
slot.
we'll make you a slot. There's lots of times you can come in and do it. So really fun thing to do. Speaking of which, we need to play some lovely messages from our sponsors, who without which we would not be here. Here they are.
Clark Business Advisors is a locally owned and operated accounting firm with over 35 years' experience. With an office in Merimbula, they provide a full range of accounting and business advisory services, which include taxation and compliance, business advisory and administration, payroll and bookkeeping, and accounting software solutions. Owned and operated by Stephen R. Clark, a second-generation accountant who has been practicing since 1983, Clark Business Advisors is a trusted name in the local and greater community. You can reach them on 6495 1320. Clark Business Advisors are a long-time sponsor of 93.7 Edge FM, Bega Community Radio. Need a broken window fixed, glass doors or shower screen? For all types of glass replacement or mirrors cut to size, call Bega Valley Glass on 0417 545 498. For prompt service, whether domestic or commercial, Bega Valley Glass are the experts. Remember, call Corgi on 0417 545 498 for all your glass requirements. Bega Valley Glass, sponsor 93.7 Edge FM.
Thank you, dear sponsors. All right, it is time for another song before I speak a little bit more with Lisa. And Lisa brought in a whole bunch of different songs, about 6 or 7, I think.
Sorry.
Which I know most of them, except for this guy, Joshua
Idahan.
And I was very intrigued, Lisa, particularly by the name of the song, which is called Mum Does the Washing.
It's actually a longer title than that,
Oh.
Chris. What it's called, The World According to Your Mum Doing the Washing.
Thank you. Yes, it is. And it's sort of a bit of a spoken word type musical thing. Anyway, I think
He's
it's
great. He
true.
speaks a bit in his music. He's brilliant.
And obviously from the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is terrific people. Joshua, what's his name again?
Idahan.
I can't see from. I should have my glasses on.
Yeah, he lives in London, but he's originally from. I'll have to look it up. I think it might be Somalia.
Oh, okay.
I'll look that up for you.
The World According to Your Mum Doing the Washing.
Enjoy.
Here we go, Doomsters.
The world, according to your mom, doing the washing. Capitalism, your mom does the washing. You pay her $1. You get her to do your mate's washing. Your mate pays you $50. Communism, your mom does the washing. You do the washing. Every night you salute a picture of your dad. Socialism, your mom does the washing. You do the cooking. Everybody is happy, in fury. Feudalism, your mom does the washing and pays you tax. Colonialism, you barge into your mom's room, claim you discovered your mom's room, dump all your dirty clothes on the floor. Fascism, your mom does the washing and you are obsessed with her nose. Liberalism. You watch your mom do the washing and you feel really, really bad. Something must be done, you say. Something may or may not get done. Libertarianism. Your mom does the washing. You believe you did the washing. Religion. Your mom does the washing. You thank God. Atheism. Your mom does the washing. You make a 12-part YouTube video demanding peer-reviewed evidence that she did, in fact, do the washing. Zionism. You shoved your mom into the washing machine and the spinning made her dizzy, and that dizziness made her vomit, and you point to that vomit and call it anti-Semitism. Americanism. Your mom does the washing. It's in the Constitution. End of discussion. Mansplaining. Your mom does the washing. You tell her how best to do the washing. You have never done the washing. Same-sex marriage. Your moms do the washing. Patriarchy. Your mom doesn't exist. The washing is mysteriously done. Turfism. Your mom doesn't want your other mom doing the washing because of, like, genitals and stuff. Polling. There's a 70% chance you will do the washing on Saturday night. Come Sunday morning, it was 100% done by your mom. Africanism. You go to Benny's house. Benny's mom does the washing. You ask your mom why she doesn't do the washing. You do not survive the night. Feminism. Your mom insists you grow up and do your own washing. White feminism. Your mom hired a woman of color to do the washing. Male feminism. That one time I did the washing, I told everybody I did the washing. I blogged about it, bragged about it, took a selfie, Insta story, went on TV, won an Oscar, went on Fortnite, did a dance. I am an ally. Hashtag me too. Egalitarianism. That one time you did the washing is proof it's all equal and no one needs feminism anymore. Hip hop. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. When I bring the basket, mama puts the washing in. Narcissism. You look good in the clothes your mom washed. Surrealism. The washing does your mom.
Yes, the world according to mum. Your mum doing the washing. I love it.
I love him. He's great.
He's really good. Yeah. So we were talking off air before, Lisa. You're not so much, because I was saying that everything is baked in now. Like, there is no, like, we are off the cliff. We're not coming to the cliff. We are over the cliff. Collapse is happening, but it's not just collapse. There's not, of course, there's societal collapse, civilizational collapse, but nothing can live on a 70-degree planet. Well, apart from maybe a very few select bacterias or, you know, there's always some tiny little organisms which will survive, as they have, like the last big die-off that we had, like I think it was like 95% of life disappeared, and then it came back. That was a couple of million years ago. But as far as we're concerned, humans being mammals and all the mammals, all the higher life forms, I suppose, is the one word you could use. They're gone. There's no way that we can stop that from happening, in my view, from what I've seen. Mm-hmm. And so that is the big one that, because do you remember when David Suzuki a month or two ago came out
Suzuki. Yeah,
and said there is no hope now? We have passed the point. Everyone should be thinking about how they can try and make the descent off the cliff as less severe as, I mean, we can't stop it, but like Just Collapse, as I was speaking to you before about the group in Tasmania, their thing is you can still live a good life. There is still right and wrong. There is still, you know, because it's the poorer people which get affected first and worst, even though it's the richer people, e.g. us, the Western world, that have caused most of the problems. in our overshoot predicament. You know, like a little farmer out in Sudan hasn't caused much overshoot problem compared to someone living in the suburbs in Bega or Sydney or whatever. You know, and yet the problems are affecting those people which haven't really contributed that much to our problem.
In terms of climate, do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, overshoot is sort of everything, and I think I was talking to someone the other day. Basically, as a species, it was baked in really, like our opposable thumbs and our brain, and it was inevitable that this would happen because our brain is still like back in our caveman days, you know, like thinking of short term. You know, that saber-toothed tiger which is coming to attack us.
Unless you choose to consciously evolve.
Unless you choose to consciously evolve, Lisa. That is correct. That is correct.
And speaking of consciousness may not necessarily become extinct as well, Chris. So
yes, that was what you were telling me, and I was a little bit intrigued by that. I don't know what you really mean by consciousness. What do you mean by consciousness? Are we talking souls or something? Is that what we're talking?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how comfortable I am talking about this on the radio, but if, for example, the air we breathe is all around us.
Yes.
All the time. It's
Yes.
just there.
Yes.
Maybe consciousness is like that, and we are looking out from consciousness as a singular
Okay.
being. But the consciousness itself is a whole.
Okay.
That, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not explaining it very well.
No, but I will definitely look up
I don't even know
consciousness evolution. Is that what you said, Lisa?
Well, conscious evolution is different. That's something that there are a lot of people around the planet that have chosen to do to create a world that they would be happy and hopeful about leaving to people after them. So there's a lot of people who aren't doomsayers like you are, Chris. I respect your opinion and your choice to believe whatever, but there are a lot of people who are choosing to believe they can create a world that will continue in another way, in a better way, and they're already creating the systems to have in place for when the collapse, which is inevitable, I agree with you, will happen.
Because when you say continue living into the future, as I said before, we are a hydrocarbon life form.
Yeah. And what
are you still talking about
this?
living as a hydrocarbon life form, or have we
that's a question.
shifted to some other consciousness type, ethereal type form?
Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you, when is this collapse happening? You said
we are in collapse now.
No, but you said 2050 at one point, you said when it's 70
that
degrees.
That was just like I was just talking about Spermageddon.
Yeah.
And if you take the trajectory of
so if you follow the trajectory, when is it going to happen?
No. But for me, if you ask me right now, when is the question you should be asking is not when will collapse happen, because it is happening. It's when will collapse impact on my life. Okay, for example, if I go down to the shops and there's nothing on the shelves, or my electricity isn't working, or my water's not I don't have rainwater, so it's a little bit different. But if you're in town, your water depends on pumps which need power to pump the water. So when you turn on your tap and the water doesn't run, that sort of stuff. When that happens, when it impacts our lives, I think much sooner than people expect, because it's all to do with an exponential function. Everything is exponential. Our from population to deforestation to the amount of mining, everything is like the hockey stick. You know that phrase, the hockey stick graph, where it's going like this, and then in the last 200 years, bang. That is an exponential function, which means things just double quicker. So people don't understand the exponential function. So that's why I think within 5 or 10 years, things that get really, really impacting on people's lives here in Australia. Not just people over in Gaza or Sudan or Yemen or Pakistan or Bangladesh or all these poor places where people are getting impacted now, or even North Lismore or, places where people are getting impacted.
I understand all that.
I think it'll happen.
But surely
much
you're planning for those things now, aren't you, Chris?
Well, what do you mean by planning?
Are you planning to
what?
look after yourself through these things, for nothing being on the shelves and no power? Are you planning for those things?
What can you do?
Well, you can.
What?
You can check out what all these amazing people are doing to continue on after the collapse.
Yeah, sure. Of course, you want to continue on as long as possible.
You could actually, I believe we should be turning to our Indigenous brothers and sisters here in Australia and asking them, because they know how to look after the country, look after
No, I agree.
the web of life,
Yes.
and exist happily with a beautiful
less.
moral code, with community, all of those
But with
things.
less. But we all have to exist with less, and that is
no
the,
false eyelashes.
That's the crutch,
and
Lisa. People aren't willing.
Dolce Gabbana bags. Yeah.
People aren't willing to exist with less.
Oh well, I am.
I know some people are,
A lot of people are.
but society as a whole is not. I mean, where in the world is a political leader coming out saying, "Hey guys, we're all going to have to do with less power. You can't have as much power as you use now." Who is going to vote for that person?
Well, why do we have to wait for those people to tell us?
Yeah, exactly.
Surely we just change our behaviour, don't we?
Well, people will. I mean, we'll be forced to change our behaviour. I mean, that's the whole point. That's when
But
people
we
say,
don't.
"You're
Yeah.
a crazy guy, Chris." Man, you're a doomer. You just think the world's going to end. Everyone will butt up to it at some stage because there won't be anything on the supermarket shelves.
But it's like when we talked early when we started the show. You asked me, when did I kind of wake up?
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it, isn't
Yes.
it? So
Yes.
I've changed. During COVID, I felt like we'd all been sent to our rooms for a good think.
Okay.
And I changed a lot of things in my life then. A lot of my, energy usage and, consumption habits then, a lot.
Yep. Yeah.
And continually changing, all the time, adjusting.
Yeah.
I'm not alone in doing that. We have, we just do it ourselves, don't we?
Yes. Well,
If everyone did, it'd be great. But most
No,
people
no.
I know wait around waiting for someone to tell them what to do.
that's right.
And
Well,
that's,
why
a shame.
that's why on this show we're always talking about, just like the people from Just Collapse that I was talking to you before off air. It's all about building community relationships.
yeah.
Local organisations, that sort of stuff, because that's what we'll have to rely on. Unfortunately, that is terrific, but nothing can exist on a 70-degree planet. Like
So when
when the
70
poles
degrees?
melt, when the water rises, when it's 60 degrees in winter, when people are dying from wet bulb temperatures all over the world, that sort of stuff, nothing can survive, because we need food to eat, we need water to drink. Those are the two things that we as a hydrocarbon life organism need, are those things. And once you can't get those things, we're gone. And unfortunately, that's what's happening. That is the trajectory that we're on. And nothing can turn us around. We can't steer it about. It's like the Titanic. One of my doomer humour moments, which I haven't done tonight, but was a cartoon of the Titanic going towards the iceberg. And someone says, it's okay. We're not using coal anymore. We've got solar power on the Titanic, but it's still going to hit the iceberg. It's still going to sink. Like green energy is not going to save us. We have to mine more. We're going to destroy more habitats and ecosystems to get all those rare minerals to build all the solar panels and wind turbines and electric cars and all that sort of stuff. That's green.
To keep
green
all
energy is basically
to keep all our shit going.
everything going the same way, just on a different title, you know. Instead of capitalism, it's green energy, you know. It's the same thing. It's
If you need the energy.
because it's all about growth. It's all about our economic system. It's about the system really in place, and that's not changing anytime soon. I can't see it changing anywhere in the world.
Well, as I said, all you can do is change yourself.
Yes,
That's all
that is
anyone can
absolutely
do.
correct.
And, yeah, you
only
can live
change
without
yourself.
all of that shit.
Of course you can.
So,
Of course you can.
yeah. What do you need? What do we really need?
Yes.
Do we need a 7-Eleven?
No.
Do we need night sports
No.
games with those huge lights on? Do we need to burn? Why can't we go to bed when it gets dark, Chris?
Exactly.
What's wrong with us?
Exactly, Lisa. I'm 100% in agreement with you, baby. All right, it's time for some more lovely messages from our sponsors.
Better Home Living Bega is the only place to shop for all your electrical appliances. With a huge showroom boasting a great range of white goods, televisions, small appliances, and a fantastic cooking showroom with all the big brands. Plus, they're also an Apple reseller and Weber barbecue specialist and a J-Car stockist. Call in and see the experienced staff or shop online at better.com.au. Better Home Living Bega, 95 Auckland Street, Bega. Proud sponsors of Edge FM.
You might be familiar with Coastal Country Sheds and Garages, but now you'll notice the name has changed to Fair Dinkum Builds Bega Valley. A little change that goes a long way for our customers. We'll always be your local experts when it comes to building commercial premises with flexible builds, quality material and great service. And we're stepping things up even further. For you, for keeps. Search Fair Dinkum Builds today or drop by and see us at 3 West Street, North Bega.
Fair Dinkum Builds Bega Valley is the long-time sponsor of 93.7 Edge FM.
Thank you, dear sponsors. Well, peeps, Doomsters, it is coming up to the end of the hour. My gosh, this show goes so quick, and it's so lovely. It's been so lovely having Lisa on. And Lisa, I'm so sorry. We haven't even played half your songs.
Oh, so are you going to play any more?
Yes,
or
I am.
just- Oh,
but
okay.
first, of course, as you know, Doomers, we love the gimmies on this show, and we will be playing the gimmies. And I don't know if you listened to the Triple J Hottest 100 Australian edition, Lisa.
No.
The number one song in the Triple J Hottest 100 Australian edition. Do you want to have a guess? It's an
Oh,
In
from
Excess
this-
song.
From this year?
No.
Oh.
Of all time.
Oh.
The number one Australian song.
In Excess?
Yes.
Yeah. Never
do you-
Tear Us Apart? Is
The
it?
gimmies, here they are.
Oh.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart.
The gimmies, we love them.
That's
Lisa, do you like the
fantastic.
gimmies?
I definitely like the gimmies. I'm a convert.
Yes, we love the gimmies here, Doomers, on our show. Well, it's coming up to the end of the show. And thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on.
Thanks for
and
inviting
for
me,
sharing.
Chris.
And I know it can be a little bit daunting, or what's the word?
I'm just not used to
sharing
talking. Yeah, I'm not used to
your
sharing.
views and stuff. It's
It's very private, isn't it?
it is.
But, you know,
It is.
I don't know. I feel very comfortable with my views.
And
I don't entirely agree with you too. I have to say,
That's fair enough.
I'm not entirely convinced. So I think we need a few
It's
more
not like you're
conversations.
getting rated or marked. You know.
No, I'm just
That's
I'm
fine.
comfortable with having hope.
That's okay.
Well,
I
actually,
know.
I wouldn't even call it hope. I called it a different kind of knowledge. But I would like to read some of your research
And
very
I would
much.
definitely pass on some.
And I'd like to recommend you listen to the Accidental Gods podcast.
Okay.
Because there you'll hear about some incredible
Okay.
initiatives.
Yes. And people, there are many, many, many worthwhile, forward-thinking initiatives happening around the world, not just in Australia, but all around the world, including Just Collapse down in Tasmania, which you will be looking up, Lisa, at some stage in the future.
I think they've been on this podcast,
They
actually.
have been on
Yeah.
this podcast. I have spoken to Tristan and Kate, and I will be speaking to them again. And as they say, and I always like to finish my shows with, collapse is inevitable, but justice is not. We can still live a right life, a good life, Lisa. You can still do the right thing. It doesn't mean we all go sit in the corner and, you know, slit our wrists or whatever. Like you said, it can be an uplifting experience coming into the realisation of what is happening.
I mean, it's incredible. It's an incredible time to be alive.
Well, that's what I say to my kids too, is that yes, it is extremely sad and depressing too in some ways. I mean, when there's no future, but being
Do you
alive,
say that to your kids?
yeah,
And how?
yeah.
Were they like, "Gee, thanks, Dad"?
Well, you know, I like to speak the truth to my kids, and I
And
don't
how
bullshit
are
them.
they? How are they
They're
going?
fine. They're fine.
Are they?
Hey, one of my daughters just had her second child,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got another daughter having another child, having a first baby in January, which is very exciting. And you
How
think,
many
why
kids
would
do you
you bring a
have?
child into the world at this stage? Because whatever makes you happy, whatever gives you joy, that is what it's about.
How many kids do you have?
3.
Really? What's the third one? A boy?
Third one is a son.
Yep.
And he's a terrific guy too. And he's just actually up in Narooma, so not far.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. No kids for him. And Buddy, don't get any ideas, man. He's happy just doing his stuff. Yeah. So, peeps, thanks for joining us for another week. We'll be back next week with another guest. And oh, man, I can't remember who it is, but there is someone else joining us next week. I hope you've enjoyed this week, speaking with Lisa. And we will be going out with a excellent song by Tim Buckley.
Tim Buckley, man. One of my all-time favourites.
Yes.
What a voice.
What a voice.
Which
Well,
he passed on to his son.
passed on to his son. Yeah. That is that's where I think, I mean, I love Tim Buckley, and Jeff Buckley too has sort of taken it to another degree, hasn't he, with the...
Oh, I don't know. You listen to this song.
Well, that's true. That's true.
This is outstanding.
That's true. There's nothing like the original source. Yeah. Okay, so Doomers, it's good night from me.
And good night, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on. And we're finishing off with Tim Buckley, Sweet Surrender.
the reason why I cheated on you. Well, I had to be a hunter again. This little man had to try to make love feel new again. 'Cause there's just a few things, honey, I'm not old enough to do for you. Oh, and there are things, mama, you just never cared to show me. But I'm gonna have to show you where to start. And then you're gonna bring back your little reputation. And prove to me what I could not. Too young and hard. Just too cold, honey. Just too hard to care. Just too hard to surrender. Sweet surrender, surrender to love. If we could just surrender, love would heal the mess we made. So give it up, mama. It ain't gonna be no good to keep going round and round. You hurt me, then I'll hurt you again. All that's left to do, give it up. I'm not gonna give it up. Let's surrender. Sweet surrender. Sweet surrender. Surrender your love. Surrender. Surrender. Mama.